morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And living is the operative word today. We are a center about life, about the life divine that exists within each and every one of us. It is flowing through us all, allowing us to make a difference in our own lives and in this world. That's what we are about. We have been called a transformation station. And indeed, we are about allowing our thoughts to be transformed into something more true. We are working on letting go of the appearances, whatever they may be, and letting the divine idea of life move through each and every one of us. So welcome. We're so glad that you're here with us today, live streaming to you from Paoli, Pennsylvania. And so let's begin with an opening song. And today it's going to be Thank You for This Day.
And we're going to sing Thank You for This Day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Again.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Thank you for this life.
Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. This healing, this healing, this healing life. This healing, this healing, this healing life.
Thank you for this love.
Thank you for this love. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. This healing, this healing, this healing love.
Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
And thank you for that song. That was wonderful. Now I have the pleasure of introducing our opening treatment that's going to be brilliantly given to you by Reverend Mike Gertis.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. And good morning, everybody. Right now, right here, I recognize there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is my life right now. I know that I am guided, we are guided, by divine intelligence which expresses the greater idea of life and love through us. And today we take into consciousness a greater idea of our place in nature, a greater idea of our place in the world condition. We allow a greater idea to come forth by means of us, healing all that needs to be healed. We give thanks for the heaven that is revealed right here, right now. We recognize that as we embrace a new idea, the new idea comes forth. And that new idea is for heaven. That new idea is for peace. That new idea is for global health, environmental health, and abundance for all people. For this we do give thanks. Embracing a new idea we recognize is accepted by mind and manifest now in our lives. So it's with a grateful heart we release this word to the law, knowing it is so, and together we declare, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Mike. That is a great way to begin. And now I'd like to have a word with our kids. Are there any children out there? Well, of course, there are always children out there. I'm happy to tune in with you, and as you know, I am so looking forward to having you back here on the front row where we always get to be face to face, eye to eye we even have hugs. Do you remember hugs? I know you have them in your family, but it's wonderful to think about when we're going to be together again and I can actually give you a good old squeeze. So, how are you thinking about the world these days? Can you see this? It's a very small world, after all. And it seems as though the world is getting smaller and smaller because we're so instantly connected with people all over the globe. And it's time for us to envision what our new world will look like. A new heaven and a new earth. We're bringing heaven to earth in that we're bringing more love and more kindness and more compassion and caring. And it's a wonderful opportunity for us to spend a little time each day. You might talk with your family about what you would like our new world to look like and to feel like. Will it be more peaceful? Will it be kinder? Will it be cleaner? Will it be a more beautiful environment for all living beings to thrive in? Yes, and you know why? Because there is a great intelligence within us all. It's the intelligence of God itself. And we get to use it for good. So let's all together be reimagining our world. Have some conversations with your family about it. I have no doubt that you're going to come up with some wonderful ideas and help to bring them into our world. Thank you. Now, I think it would be nice for us to have a meditation. So just get relaxed. Some of you are still in your jammies, and that's good. I would have been in mine, except I needed to come here. Sometimes this is a good reason to get dressed and put on lipstick. So let's just get really comfortable wherever you may be. And let's connect heart to heart, even when we are socially distancing. Here, in our hearts, there is the life of God itself. And with each beat of our hearts, we are becoming more and more balanced in the harmony of this universe. And with each breath, there is a greater experience of the circulation of divine life through our bodies, through our emotions, through our minds. There is a loving, wise, and wonderful presence just flowing through every cell of our bodies, every corner of our consciousness, as we relax into the sweet, sweet awareness that there is God and nothing else. And so in releasing any false sense of separation, we dive deeply into the living waters of spirit and feel our unity with this loving presence, with the infinite wisdom that guides us, and with every sentient being on earth and beyond. Love is flowing through our thoughts, our feelings, our bodies, and our world itself. And this love is going before us, making all the crooked places straight, nurturing. We allow ourselves to feel encircled in a divine embrace, at peace with the greater infinite peace that is the reality of the divine. And that peace pervades everything and everyone and allows us to come even more deeply into the center of love and peace and wisdom. Let's all come together now into the sacred silence. If there is a question on your heart, bring that question now into the silence and listen with the ear of your heart to that divine inspiration that reveals the answer to you. Come now with me into the silence. With every breath and every beat of our hearts, feel more connected to the living waters of Spirit, to that precious divine embrace where we let go of everything unlike the divine in our minds and come so sweetly into the union, into that divine presence that enlivens us all. That is the solution to every concern. And having touched this divine center and having been touched by this divine embrace, we now take this loving presence, wise and wonderful, into each next moment of our day, feeling, knowing, loving, grateful for the life that celebrates itself by means of each of us. And all is well, all is well. So thankful to remember that all is well. Oh, it's good to be with you. I love envisioning all of you out there. I love our connection. And I love bringing us back to principle time and time again. Ernest Holmes was the fabulous teacher of the science of mind, brought together so many beautiful ideas in new thought, ancient wisdom, for there really isn't a new thought. There is a new way to express the ancient wisdom that comes from the deepest, truest philosophy, the most tuned in theologians, all the great thinkers, and all the great lovers of humanity. And we have current day lovers of humanity too. And Sharif Abdullah from Creating a World That Works said, "The imperative is to keep our fundamental intention clearly in mind and to doggedly pursue it. Over time, the old will yield to the new." And we are in this process right now of the old yielding to the new. There has been a lot of chaos, and this is what I love about the idea of chaos. Can you see this? At the top we have chaos, and it begins to morph into something else as you go down the line until what do we ultimately see at the bottom of this? Chaos has changed into order. And order is heaven's first law. Order underlies, harmony underlies all of the conditions, which is why we must keep our attention on that which is true and that which is possible and that which is eternal, as we, as co-creators, are truly bringing heaven to earth and co-creating a new earth. We are the co-creators both of our personal lives and of the world itself. I wonder how many of you watched One World Together at Home virtual concert last night. Wasn't it wonderful? Wasn't it amazing to see how people who are socially distancing all over the world come together with their great creative talents, their great hearts, giving to us this inspiration and this sense of global community? It was amazing. We stayed at home. We have been staying at home. And do you know what's taken place because of our staying at home? The earth has been able to breathe more deeply. The air is cleaner. The waters are purer. The animals are happier. We're learning something here, aren't we? And aren't we taking this new learning into the co-creative activity of making our world the way we choose for it to be, the way we are ready for it to be, bringing that underlying order and harmony into and through the process that may seem chaotic and is chaotic at times, but it is in the process of transformation. Today we're talking about transform the mind, renew the earth. Earth Day is coming this Wednesday. But couldn't every day be Earth Day? Can't we set our sights so high and align them with the divine vision that we are actually bringing about a new order, bringing this order and harmony and joy and newness into our new world? Earth Day is every day. This is our home, and we are the ones who care for it. So something must shift in our minds, which are so creative because we have a great creative intelligence. It is the intelligence of God, and it's ours to use. And we're about using it more intelligently now, aren't we? Isn't it time? We're the ones who care for it. So we change our thinking, and we not only change our own lives, but we change the world itself. Someone recently said, "Save the earth. It is our only source of chocolate." And I also heard someone say there is no planet B. Well, not that we know of. And I love what Marshall McLuhan said in 1964. There are no passengers on spaceship Earth. We are all crew. We better start rowing together. And that rowing begins by changing our consciousness, which indeed we are in the process of doing. And Khalil Gibran said, "Forget not that the earth delights in your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair, our ever-growing long hair," right? So we go out in nature, we take our walks, we renew ourselves while we're allowing the earth to renew itself as well. With patience and conviction and single-pointedness, and keeping our vision high, maintaining the high watch, we're sustaining that vision, we're maintaining our faith. This is what is ours to do right now. Don't we awaken each morning and ask, what is mine to do? What is mine to do today? Let love go before me and make all the crooked places straight. Let wisdom show me each step to take to do my part. As each of us changes our mind about things, as each of us focuses our consciousness on light and love and life, and peace and power and beauty and joy, we're joining together as we did last night with this wonderful concert. Oh my goodness. And then the finale. If you didn't see it, please, I know that it's got to be archived and you must see it. And after the 2 hours, the finale, remember the finale? The prayer with Lady Gaga, Celine Dion, Andrea Bocelli, John Legend, and accompanied on the piano by the amazing pianist Lang Lang. It was amazing. And they were all in their different spaces in the world and yet coming together to co-create something so phenomenal for all of us. It was a time of joyful tears. It was a time of being reminded that we have the opportunity and the ability to be those transformation stations. And when we allow the creative intelligence of this universe to flow through us, to work through us, we are transforming our minds, and the earth follows because we are the custodians. We are the crew here on Spaceship Earth. It truly is up to us. Now that's a responsibility that is a joyous one. Because you know I love the word responsibility. It means the ability to respond, and we all have that ability. We have that ability because we are individualized expressions of the one life. And what is true of the one life from which we all sprang is true of each of these individualized manifestations. Do you realize how magnificent you are? Do you realize how significant each one of us is? How powerful each one of us is? And how we can utilize the power for good, maintaining our calm confidence, maintaining that peaceful presence which invites the power to work through us and with others who are also doing the same beautiful expression of a new way to live. I love Ralph Waldo Emerson, and one of the wonderful things he wrote was, "Write it in your heart that every day is the best day in the year. He is rich who owns the day, and no one owns the day who allows it to be invaded with fret and anxiety. Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities, ta-da! No doubt they crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and serenely. With too high a spirit to be cumbered with your old nonsense. This new day is too dear with its hopes, its invitations, to waste a moment on yesterday. You see, it is our joyous responsibility to maintain the high watch, to know that we are a transformation station, each one of us. And then, as we gather together, as we're doing right now, and invite your friends to join us, this is an opportunity to be fully present with one another, heart to heart, mind to mind, until we are toe to toe again. So we are the ones we've been waiting for. We're not waiting for somebody to come riding around the red rocks to save us. Within us, within each of us, is that precious power, the divine, the almighty presence of love, life, creativity, and infinite possibility. So just as I was sharing with the children earlier, what will we begin to envision our beautiful new world to be. With your families, with your friends, on your Zoom gatherings. And aren't we having a wonderful time with our Zoom gatherings? Let's begin to reimagine the world. Let's begin to know that with patience and conviction, we are sustaining our vision. We are creating a new vision for the world and maintaining our deep faith as we do it. We need each other right now. Didn't you know that? We require others' company, however we are connecting with each other. So begin to have a divine conspiracy. You know, inspire means to breathe in. Conspire means to breathe with. So let's start having a divine conspiracy where we're beginning to share with each other our beautiful, wild, wonderful, creative ideas about what our new world is about to look like. Where perhaps it's sweeter, perhaps it's kinder. There's more consideration. There's more compassion. And there's more creative, intelligent activity to absolutely create this to be a world that works for all. Not just a few, but for all. Not just for everyone, but for all sentient beings, and the world itself. The world is breathing easier. Can we please help it to continue to do so as we are following our wisdom, as we are expressing greater love for all sentient beings? We must maintain the high watch. Remember the story about Nehemiah and how he and his crew had gone to rebuild the town that was surrounded by enemies. But they were working to rebuild it, and nothing was going to stop them. The enemies came to the gates, and Nehemiah and his people were high on top, not only figuratively, but literally, of the buildings. And remember what he said to these foes who were trying to be admitted to his space and to trick him. He said, "I am doing a great work, and I will not come down." That's what we're doing right now. We're doing a great work. We must remember that. Say it within ourselves. Say it to each other if you wish, as a sweet reminder. I am doing a great work. I will not come down. I am not pretending that these things are not happening out there, and some of them very close to home as well, in some places within our homes. I am doing a great work. Say that to ourselves. I will not come down. I am maintaining this vision because I know that as I transform my mind, that I'm doing my part to renew the earth. I love H.B. Jeffrey. He wrote so many years ago, like back to the early part of the 20th century. And his book, The Principles of Healing, is one that we use in our practitioner training. I love this. He said, "We use the word contagious so much in references to pathological conditions that it has been rather besmirched." Don't you love that word? It's been besmirched. We hardly ever say that anymore, do we? But there is a divine contagion, the contagion of love, wisdom, strength, and power. If we abide in the truth, walk in the truth, and are firm in the truth, we are exercising that vital element which is contagious. And this will cause others to awake to the truth, to awake not by studying, but by the divine contagion that is the presence of God. The divine contagion, which is the presence of God itself. We have a creative intelligence within us, a divine love flowing through us, a great wisdom guiding us, leading us. Let's share all that with each other, whether it's on Zoom or Facebook or whatever other medium we use. The greatest medium of all is the medium of divine mind. And whether we are seeing and hearing each other, as we are, many of us these days, every day, finding wonderful ways to gather with our loved ones, there is still the opportunity to just simply close our eyes, come into the heart of our hearts, bring our beloveds with us into this circle of love and wisdom, and co-create something beautiful. We truly are the ones, and we don't have to wait any longer. Will you say with me, I am transformed by the renewing of my mind and heart. I do my significant part to listen to the earth as I love it to wholeness. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. And now it is time to share in our prosperity. Reverend Mike is going to begin.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Well, now is an opportunity.
Mike.
Now is an opportunity we have to share in our abundance. So, if you could help us financially, what it is really a barometer for where we are in our spiritual consciousness. And so you can mail your checks to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, 16 Industrial Boulevard, Suite 112, Paoli, 19301. Or you could donate through our website using a credit card. And one of the other things is to text the word GIVE. This is really neat. Text the word GIVE. Don't call it, but text it to the phone number 484-494-2219. And it really works great. Mentioning about that webpage, check it out. We have a fabulous new webpage. Myself, it's cslphilly.org, cslphilly.org. And what I find is it's an iPad or a laptop or a desk computer as opposed to your smartphone. But even on the smartphone, it looks good. But if you go to the webpage, you'll see up in the upper right-hand corner, it tells you you can click that on and you can see all different kinds of things that you're going to be doing. We have a lot of things that we'll be doing at the center. Among those, we have the board meeting coming up, a foundations class, 4 agreements class, and a Better Angels meeting. And I wanted to tell you some more specifics on the Better Angels. And specifically, if you go to the web page, please check that out, because it really makes a difference as we participate in that Better Angels group. And then we'll be, and the Better Angels meeting will be on Zoom. And then, of course, we've got the Sunday celebration next week at 10:30. So, now let's take our prosperity celebration together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with the center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
If you choose to, please stand, and we're going to sing The Wind Blows Joy.
The wind blows joy, 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 joy through my heart. The wind blows joy, 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 joy through my heart. The wind blows joy, joy, joy. blows peace. The wind blows peace, peace, peace. Peace through my heart. The wind blows peace, peace, peace. Peace through my heart. The wind blows peace, peace, peace. Peace through my heart. And it's spreading far and wide. The wind blows love. The wind blows love, love, love. Love through my heart. The wind blows love, love, love. Love through my heart. The wind blows love, love, love. Love through my heart. And it's spreading far and wide. Back to joy. The wind blows joy, joy, joy. Joy through my heart. The wind blows joy, joy, joy. Joy through my heart. The wind blows joy, joy, joy. Joy through my heart. And it's spreading far and wide. And it's spreading far and wide.
Thank you for your generosity, and thanks for that great song. We do want to mention to you that as Reverend Mike was speaking about Better Angels, that the way to register for that, it's Saturday, April 25th. That's next Saturday from 1 to 3. And Better Angels is a wonderful group that helps people listen to each other, share with each other in a very respectful way, whether they are Republicans, Democrats, or anything else in between. It's a beautiful way to reduce tensions and to bring people into loving, authentic communication. So that's Saturday from 1 to 3, and it's a Zoom call. You can register by calling Payson Burt to get your pencils ready at 610-389-7898. Okay, so, and let's talk about the practitioners for a moment. Normally, they all come up here in the front, don't they? And you can see who they are. Well, you can see who they are on our website because you turn to the practitioner page, and there are their pictures and their names, and they are waiting to hear from you. During this time, get in touch with our practitioners, our healing ministry, and we all need each other, don't we? And they're beautifully trained in effective affirmative prayer. So now we're going to have our closing song, which is Blessed Always.
Please stand up. As we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant as we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant as we rest in God and say amen.
And so we go forth transformed in consciousness, renewed in mind, and making a beautiful difference in our world. And so it is.